Hi guys, welcome back to Nat 5 and 5. We're going to be looking at the volume of a frustum today, and we're going to hopefully do it within about 5 minutes. Right, so what is a frustum? So here it's like the bottom half of a cone, so I'm going to try and do a wee demonstration here. So if you can imagine a full cone, okay, so if I put a little cone on top, this makes this full cone here. And we want to see this full cone. So you've got a full cone, and then you chop a small cone off the top, and what you are left with here is your frustum. So how you work that out is you would work out the volume of the larger cone, you'd work out the volume of the small cone, and you would take them away from each other, and that would give you the volume of this frustum here. So, oops, hold on. There we go. Oops. Sorry, I think I wrote this twice instead of once. So make it really clear. Yep, there we go. Okay, so the volume of a frustum equals the volume of the large cone, take away the volume of the small cone, and let's try that together now. Okay, so we have got a frustum at the bottom here, right here, this blue part here at the bottom. So you want to find the volume of a whole cone, which goes right on top of that, the volume of this whole cone, and then you want to find this volume of the smaller cone on top. You want to take them away from each other, and it'll find the volume of the frustum. So just missed out a wee T here as well. So let's look at the volume of the larger cone first. So you can see here there's dimensions here of 27 and 20. So the height of the larger cone is going to be 47 centimetres. You're told the radius at the bottom here is 19. So again, we draw another diagram with all my information in it. Okay, so that's my information for my larger cone. My smaller cone, the height of my smaller cone is going to be his height here of 20. And the radius of a smaller cone is that 8 centimetres at the bottom. Okay, so you're given the formula for the volume of a cone in your exam. So I'm going to write volume L, which means volume of large cone, which is a third pi r squared h. And then you're going to plug everything in. A third multiplied by pi, multiplied by the radius, which is 19 squared, multiplied by the height, which is 47. And that should give you an answer. Now I'm going to leave it in terms of pi. If that in any way confuses you, you can just press your SD button and change it into a decimal. I'm just going to leave it in terms of pi just to make sure my answer is really accurate. So that is what comes up in the calculator initially. If you want to press your SD button and put another line of working in there to write your answer as a decimal, then you can. But I'm just going to write it in terms of pi. I'm going to move on now and work out the volume of the smaller cone. So volume of, so we call it S for smaller cone. Again, same formula. A third pi r squared h. There's a third multiplied by pi, multiplied by 8 squared, multiplied by 20. If you type all that into your calculator, you get 1280 over 3 pi. And again, if you don't like writing like that, that's what will come up in your calculator initially. Press SD to change it to your decimal form. I'm going to leave it in that form, okay, just for just now. So I've got a formula, an answer for the large cone, and I've got an answer for the smaller cone. So in order to find the volume from this frustum here, I'm going to do the larger one, which is this answer here. Take away the smaller answer. Like I said, if it confuses you in any way, please just change it to decimals, and you should get an answer of 5229 pi. So it just makes it really accurate. I'm going to press my SD button now to tell me in terms of decimals. So it's 16,427.38799. Again, I like to write quite a few numbers there just to make sure I get my answer mark. I'm going to go back and look at what it's asking for in terms of accuracy. If we go back up to the top, it says give your answer to 2 significant figures. So two significant figures. We'll just go back to red pen. Two most important numbers, this one and this one. This is my decider. 4 is below 5, so it's not going to do anything to the 6. 2, so to 2 decimal places, my answer is 16,000 centimetres cubed, and that's to 2 significant figures. And that is your final answer. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, this is pretty much doing the exact same thing. It's in a kind of more problem solving question, kind of more real life example here. So it says a bucket has a diameter of 56 centimetres on top and a diameter of 26 on the bottom. So you can see here it's labelled 56 on top and 26 on the bottom. The bucket has a height of 59. Calculate the volume of the bucket. Now really what is happening here is the bucket is a frustum in that shape. Okay, so you have got a large cone that you have to work out the volume for, and then you have got a smaller cone you have to work out, sorry, not the volume for, the volume for, yeah. You've got a smaller cone that you work out the volume for, then you need to take them away from each other, and that will give you the volume of the bucket. There's one more thing here because you have to do it in terms of litres, but we'll deal with that in a little minute. So if you can imagine, just do it in a highlighter. So we'll this out in a minute. If you can imagine what I'm highlighting now, this a large cone. So I'm going to draw a large cone here to represent that. I always draw the two diagrams again. So the height of that large cone is going to be these two numbers added together. So it's going to be 132.5 centimetres. Okay, and the radius is going to be 28 centimetres. As you can see that you're told the diameter is 56, so the radius is going to be 28. Okay, so please write in the right dimensions. Okay, if I change my highlighter pen to orange now, and if I look at the smaller cone, which is here, imagine this cone here, you've got a cone at the bottom here. So if I was to draw a little sketch of a smaller cone now, the height of that cone is 73.5, it tells you here. And the radius, you're told the diameter is 26, so the radius is going to be 13. Okay, so just write everything you need to know all your dimensions in your diagram. The volume of this larger cone, 1/3 pi r squared h, which is 1/3 multiplied by pi multiplied by 28 squared multiplied by 132.5. And you should get an answer. And again, I'm going to write it in terms of pi, what my calculator gives me initially. Okay, so 103,880 over 3 pi. And I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to go on, I'm going to work out the volume of the smaller cone. So 1/3 pi r squared h, 1/3 multiplied by pi, the radius is 13, so 13 squared multiplied by 73.5. And again, if I type that into the calculator, my calculator will give me an answer of 8,281 over 2 pi. And again, it's gave it to me in terms of pi. I'm going to leave it like that just to help me in terms of accuracy. And then, if I want to work out the volume of the bucket, which really is frustum, you're going to tell me the volume of the larger cone, take away the volume of the smaller cone. So if I take this here, volume of the larger cone, take away the volume of the smaller cone, I should get an answer of. And I would press my SD button to get it into decimals now. 95775.11724, and by now I like to give a fuller answer. I meant to write up here round to two significant figures. So let's round this to two significant figures. So 1, 2 is important, this is my decider. This rounds this 5 up. So it's going to be 96, I can't speak today, 96,000. And that's centimetres cubed. Now we've got one more thing to do. It tells you that up here, which is not given in the exam, that 1,000 centimetres cubed is the same as 1 litre. So if you think about that, just change the colour of my pen. So 1,000 centimetres cubed is equal to 1 litre, which means 2,000 centimetres cubed is equal to 2 litres, which means 8,000 centimetres cubed must be equal to 8 litres. You can see the connection here, which means 12,000 centimetres cubed must be equal to 12 litres. And therefore, what am I trying to transfer? I'm transferring 96,000 centimetres cubed, and litres must be 96 litres. So what's happening? You're dividing by 1,000 to get it into litres. So that is going to be my final answer of 96 litres. Okay, I hope that made sense, guys. I know that was a little bit more tricky, a little bit more problem solving, with a kind of context behind it. So it's your turn now. Here's one for you. So let me just fix this. This isn't very nice. Let it slide out. There we go. Okay, and this is not given in the exam. Alright, so here's one for you, very similar to the one I have just done. I have actually included the answer for you, so please try and work it all out and then check that you have got the right answer. Okay, good luck and thanks for watching.